Hi, everyone, and welcome. I just wanted to quickly go over some pricing points for all of you for the financial planning section. Let me go ahead and pull up that financial planning document. Okay, so these are the last few slides of the financial planning section, and I just wanted to make sure to really underscore the point that it's critically important that when pricing products that you always keep the profit of each particular product and then the overall profitability of the organization in mind. So we want to start when we're pricing with the cost of the item that we're pricing. And to do that, you need to know the economics of each unit. You need to know the cost of each a recipe, the cost of each product, the cost of each service, and then to that we can add the profit in there. So the first step in pricing, or the first approach to pricing, is called cost plus pricing, and it's just cost plus the overhead plus the profit. And in the food service industry, in cost plus pricing, our food cost should be no more than about a third. It's a good rule of thumb. And even with that 30% profit, or rather the 70% profit margin, if you were just considering those food costs, that's still typically cutting it pretty close to keep your overall profitability in check, especially here in California and San Diego, where the other overhead expenses are so high, costs of labor and things like this. So just to kind of make it simple for simple math to understand. So if you were charging $5 for a particular menu item, then that would mean, with cost plus pricing, with the 30% cost of goods or to produce in food costs, that would only be at about $1.50 that you're spending on the food. The rest overhead, labor, and then of course the profit goes in there. We should also take a look at the competition when pricing. You should know what your competitors are selling similar products or services for, and this is something that you should constantly monitor, so that you know that how your pricing sits in comparison to competitors. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to be the same price or a little bit more or a little bit less than the competitors, because there's a third factor that you need to consider when you're thinking about pricing, and that's the value that your consumers, your customers receive in exchange for what you're selling. And price signals value to the customer. So you really want to think about what you're saying with your price. You may there may be times when you aren't making any money on a particular product or service, and maybe you'll even take a slight hit and sell something for less than it costs you to make, as a strategic approach to getting more customers. So as a new business owner, I always tell the students that price is never a sustainable competitive advantage. It's not something that you can say, well, we're cheaper than everybody else, and therefore we're going to be able to keep some competitive advantage over our competitors in the long term. It's just not possible, because price is something that we can manipulate. Competitors can manipulate, and they charge more for, less for, as needed. And so yes, you can use price. You can use price to entice people to come to you to buy from you. But there are a lot of other considerations that consumers make when they're making decisions about pricing. And so be strategic about your pricing, be careful, be thoughtful with your pricing, and take And take your time pricing your items so that you are making the most possible money with the work that you're putting in. Right? All right, there's so many more things we could talk about when it comes to pricing. I can't even, we have entire classes on pricing. This would be one of those things that I would highly recommend that you speak with your mentor about as well. And take your time when pricing your products and service. Know the economics of one unit, know how much each of the items that you're selling costs you to produce, to sell. And good luck out there. I'm excited to see all the success that you're going to have. All right, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.